One of my goals this year is to learn French. At the beginning of this year, learning French started out fun, but then I became unmotivated when I struggled to keep up with new vocab and grammar every day. Recently, I picked up French again. As someone who speaks Mandarin, English, and Japanese fluently, I found the most effortless way to learn a new language. In this video, I want to share with you 4 things I incorporate into my daily routine to make language learning more fun.
Dans le centre de Paris, où ils ont réservé une chambre.
The first thing I like to do in the morning is to listen to a podcast to wake myself up. Sometimes I also like to play it as the background noise to practice my listening. But today is a little bit different. The episode I was listening to has a practice, so I was like, why not? I tried to answer some of the questions. The podcast that I've been listening to nonstop is called French Made Easy. I think it's perfect for beginners because each episode is relatively short and it has many useful expressions we can use in daily lives. I do find the person who made it speaks very slow, which is not how natives usually speak, so sometimes I would speed it up. It was talking about a travel story. I find it difficult to get into news or any serious content. It can also be a little bit intimidating. Finding a good podcast you can really enjoy makes learning last a little longer. I don't necessarily take notes. Normally, if I want to memorize something mentioned in the podcast, I would just listen to it a couple of times. Then I would journal in French for 5 minutes. It's a great way to use everything I've learned so far because it's something only I would see. I'm not afraid to make any mistakes. I try to use a variety of expressions and transitions. My goal was simply to make each sentence as long as possible, so it takes a lot more effort. If I don't remember a word on the top of my mind, I would just look it up. I've been doing it every single day this week. It somehow makes me feel confident to see how far I've come and makes me want to continue doing it. After I'm done, I need a little help from ChatGPT to correct anything if needed. I use a red pen to polish it and change stuff. Second drink of the day, it's a hazelnut latte. I got it at Costco. I'm just too lazy to make a coffee today. So this is the official practice for French A2 test and I have it next month. So hopefully this will help me to pass the test. I've done a few practice in this one. The listening is pretty difficult, I'll have to say. But the only thing I don't like about this is it has a CD and I don't have a player. I can't play it on my computer. So I'll have to find audio online. But so far I think it's quite useful. Signing up for a language test makes me motivated. It's just the way my brain works. If I don't, I won't make any progress. But obviously you don't have to. I still think having these exercises help me drastically to see where I need to improve on. I also get to learn new vocabulary every day. I feel a little bit of pressure, but there's nothing more satisfying than getting something right after days of practice. I think the best way to learn new language is to do something you really enjoy and do it in a different language. So if you like watching vlogs, you can watch it in French. Say if you like movies, watch French movies, things like that. And for me, I love reading. And recently, I've been enjoying reading the little print. So far, I'm like 10 pages in, and it's just so cute. So how I read this is I have 2 sticky notes. If there's a sentence I really like, I will translate it and write it down. I'll also write down any new vocabs, and orange is for grammars. Here I have one. I don't know if you can see it. It's really tiny, but it says demonstrative pronouns. Whenever I get to this page, I will see that I've taken notes on it, and then it's just a good way to remind myself. That's what we've got so far, and now I think I'll continue reading for a little bit. I don't read every single day, but I try to read once a week. It is a little bit difficult to read, so every time I will only read for like 1 or 2 pages, or 1 or 2 paragraphs. Learning a new language is so fascinating to me. Speaking with people who come from different countries also opens up a new door for me. These 4 habits make me really enjoy the process, and I hope you find them helpful too.